Okay, since the weather is pretty decent for late December, I figured I would come to, I think, the Kastellet or the Citadel, which is one of the best preserved forts in Northern Europe. Yeah, this is basically one of the old fortifications of Denmark, and it's one of the only things that's still standing. So I'm standing at the entrance map, basically, and you go down here, and preferably you don't die, because that's a pretty big drop. Well, not that bad, I guess, but yeah, there's a little path here, and I think I'm going to stop this so I can try to maneuver with the cane, but I'll show you more when I get there. Okay, I maneuvered my way down a little path in the woods and came out here, and there is a windmill over there. I'm not sure if you could see it too well. Let me try to zoom in on it, but probably won't be that detailed just because it's through the trees, but apparently that's one of the windmills they built. They had older ones, but then I guess they wanted to make that one in the Dutch style, so they did. But there's a little bridge over there that I think goes over to it, and I think that there's a bit of a moat here, but if you get across that, that's probably the actual Citadel fortress thing. Yeah, over here it's not that exciting. There's a church because it's Denmark and there are churches everywhere, but that's right there. And then some statues, and then just walking paths and pretty cute little benches and stuff, but nothing like massively exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna try and go down and see if I can't get across the bridge and see some stuff. Okay, I have found the entrance finally to Kastellet, and this is the memorial to the fallen soldiers of Denmark that have fallen in war. And you probably heard Amazing Grace on the church bells over there. That's the St. Albans Anglican Church, I believe, but it's pretty old. But I may go check it out at some point, but not today because, yeah, here to see this war thing. I mean, it's an active military installation. It's still running, but it's basically just a 5-point star shaped little island, and then there's a little citadel or like fortress on each of the points of the star. So that's kind of cool, but I'm gonna walk in and see if I can find some cool stuff. Okay, just right as you walk in here, the architecture is very cool, but since it's a military installation, it would be. I think the building started in 1662, but they have the marker for 1663. And yeah, so it's kind of cool. And this is actually a road for cars. I believe there's one coming. It sounds like it anyway. I'm going to get to the side and let him through. One of the military dudes, I suppose. But yeah, gonna go see if I can get into trouble. Okay, these red row buildings, there are several rows of them, and I believe they were originally barracks. They may be offices, but now they have Christmas decorations, and that one says Marlena, I believe, but I'm not sure. I'm sure it's a workplace of some sort, but they got the windows open up there and whatnot so people can get ventilation. But yeah, I believe that down toward the end is the little gazebo thing down there. I think that might be part of an old mill. I'm not 100%, but it's something, and I'm gonna go down there and see what I can find. Okay, I believe this is the commander of the fortress's house, but yeah, it's quite beautiful and nice, and there are cannons in the front yard because why wouldn't there be? It's the commander's house. There's the Danish flag, I guess, war thing. I don't know what's going on with that. They just put some COVID restrictions in place. I believe that's supposed to be the little museum on the island here, but I'm not 100% positive. But either way, I can't go into it because COVID. But yeah, it's a big open outdoor area, so nobody really cares. I mean, nobody's wearing a mask out here because it's outside, and yeah, and this is free to the public and just open access, and I figured why not, because let's be real, it's Copenhagen and it's really expensive to live here and to do touristy stuff here. But yeah, there are little things on each point of the star, and I'm not sure that I'll be going to them just because I don't care that much. I know that sounds terrible. I am a historian, but military history really isn't my thing. I was just curious. There are some castles in Copenhagen that I do want to check out, but I just did not have the energy today. I got my booster shot for COVID a few days ago, and I'm pretty fatigued. It's fine just for walking around, but I didn't want to go on like a big cross-city hike or anything. And to get to most of the castles, you sort of have to do that because they're not really that accessible by metro. I mean, they are to an extent, but I'd still have to walk a few kilometers just to get to them. And I know it's not a terrible amount, but with the fatigue, I just didn't feel like it was really something I needed to do. So I'm just here instead. And of course they're doing construction because Denmark, and they do lots of construction. So there's those guys. And people walking on the little paths up there. Because you can walk, there are ramparts that go all the way around, and I believe those are supposed to be the ramparts. It's just raised ground, basically, but I guess that's what ramparts are. Generally, they're more castle-like and built of stone, but not so much here. And there's a little weird thing over there. I don't know what it is, but yeah. And then just down at the end here, there's another gate, and I might go through that and see what's there. But, yeah. I don't think it's going to be too exciting. I'll let you know if there is anything, but it's mostly just the barracks and the commander's house back there, which is kind of cool. And I think you can take tours of it, but definitely not now because COVID. So, yeah, I'm a little limited on what I can actually do. But, yes, figured this would be fun to check out regardless. Okay, I climbed up on the ramparts and have a pretty good view of the entirety of the thing. There's a little bridge coming from the other side. This is the opposite side from where I came from. And I think I'm just going to walk back down to the other end and just go out the way I came because I don't know where I'm going from that way, although I could probably try it. But yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, that's here. There's not much else to say, I don't think. I could get up to the little points of the stars, but I don't really think there's much point. I mean, the windmill's kind of over in that direction, I think, but sorry, the birds are upset, but I don't think there's really much point in going to see the windmill from the other side, just because I already saw it. And I mean, I showed it to you guys on Zoom, which probably wasn't that enticing, but I just really don't know that there's much of a point. So I think I'm just going to go back down, and obviously, as you can see, it's starting to get dark because it's Denmark in late December. And yeah, I think I'm just going to be done with Kastellet. This is a really cool place. If you want to just come, it's really better for walking around than anything else. I mean, there are some historical things here, but not a great deal. Probably when the museum's open, it's a little more fun. But yeah, not today. So that's the end.